Hello and welcome here. It's Richard, and today's video I am going to demonstrating how to create database, how to create database tables, how to insert data, and most importantly, how to use HTML forms to insert data into the database. In this video, we shall create a simple registration form, that we shall use. We shall use to insert some data into the database. We shall use HTML and CSS, and then on later stages we shall use JavaScript. So the requirements is you having MySQL server, either hosted on XAMPP or on your local machine using MySQL server workbench. Next, you need XAMPP for PHP and Apache server. Apache server. Next thing you will need is code or text editor, like VS Code or Sublime Text. But that's all you need in order to get started. Yes, so let's get started. We shall start by creating our project folder in htdocs in XAMPP. So you come to local disk C and you browse, you look for XAMPP like this. So you tap on it. After you get htdocs, and inside here htdocs, you create a folder. You call it TUU, for example. After you have it now, the next thing is to import it into your text editor. For example, here I want to import it into the Sublime Text. It is CC, some htdocs, TUU, select folder. So you have it like this. Alternatively, if you're using VS Code, you will do the same thing. However, I have it here already. Without close, input it. Again, go to open folder here or here. Open folder, go to there, and so you select it in htdocs. Perfect. So that is it if you're using VS Code. So let's go ahead and try to create our. So the next thing you need is a database. So I have my workbench here, my SQL workbench. I'm going to create my database called TUU app. Here, say create schema TUU app. That schema TUU app. Perfect. When I run, I'll see I have a database here. Like that. So inside this database, I'll create a new table. Just say this TUU app and create a table called users. It will have the constraints that I'm going to define below. Number one, it will have an ID of type integer, and it will have it will be primary key, it will be auto, increment, it will be not like that, comma, 2, I will need username, or actually first name, because someone is registering, I need first name, which will be variable character type, variable character of not more than 20 digits, 20 characters, sorry, is not null, password should have a name. And then we need to duplicate this line. I need middle name, middle name. I also need last name. Yes, so middle name can be nullable. The name can be nullable. And the last name is not null because everyone has last name. But in some settings, like for Somalis, Somalilanders, and maybe Arabs, we have given names in the setting of your name, father's name, and grandfather's name. Yeah, so the next thing we shall have a password. For password, we shall have email. Almost the same feature. It is. If it's very long, we shall say it is. If the characters, it's not null, and sometimes email address is unique because it's only one people that owns an email address. Password is also variable character, but for it can be longer than all of them. It's not null. Then we shall have another thing called, but before this, we shall have a username. But I think we shall auto-generate the username in the future. But for now, let us have it on our phone. We shall solve it. We need a username. Username. It's long. I should be fitting. It's not null in the here. Right. So we have created at. The type is created. We shall say this is timestamp, and the default value is current timestamp. So this is the code for our entire table. The moment you have this, it means you're going to execute it. Okay. So try to execute, and here we go. Our table is created. When I come to refresh, I should be seeing my table right here. So I have ID, first name, middle name, last name, email, username, password, create the at. So after having all this, we go back to our text editor. So I will be using both, demonstrate how you can use them, because different people have different preferences. So here you first create a file, and I name it index.php. That I also create a folder. We'll create a folder here, and I name it assets. Inside assets, I'll create a new folder called CSS. Then I come back to assets like that. I create a new folder, I call it JS, JavaScript. Also come back to assets, I create a new folder for images, store my images. So like this, so I have two folders. If I have JavaScript, I'll store it here, CSS there. After that, I come back to this, I create a new folder, I call it private. So in private, I'll put there my PHP. Okay. PHP for processing engine. I'm going to make it modular. I will create different files. So every file will have its own purpose. Okay. Yes, every file will have its own purpose. So inside private, I want to have a first file for inserting that I'll put insert.php. Next file I'll have view.php. We shall use it for reading data from the database. And then I will have read pub update.php. Secondly, I will have delete.php. So you see here I have for files. Delete, insert, update, view for basic root operations. I have another one for configurations. I name it config.php to store our database configurations. So if you have this file structure, you're good to go. If it's difficult for you to create, as long as you have this, you can come and reveal an Explorer and create those folders using Explorer. You can create the index page here, I create these folders, and make sure inside these folders you create those files, and also inside you create these folders. So the next thing here you will say, you can come here, you will say inside the assets, and create the CSS of style .css, and then in JavaScript you create script.js. That's enough for you to get started. Okay, so in this first video, we have created the file structure, our application, and how it will look. We have created a database and we have created a table. So let us meet in another video where we are going to see how to create an HTML form and make it ready to receive our data. Thank you for watching. Let's meet in the next video.